Namaste. Welcome to Inner Peace to Global Peace 21 Days Series Program. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and happiness coach, self-transformation coach, and founder of Path to Anandam. Thank you very much for joining me, and namaste again. This is the celebration time. For 21 days, we are going to celebrate our rejuvenation, finding our inner beauty within ourselves, finding the peace within ourselves. We are looking for the peace in the world, global peace. And that's why the September 21st is the day for celebration of global peace, world peace. But our focus here is that we want to have our global cosmic power, cosmic peace within ourselves first. So let's all celebrate together and prepare ourselves for September 21st. And each day we are going to develop one more virtue, one more awareness that what is missing in our life, how can we have more peace in our life? Is there any more peace do we want in our life? And which areas are that? We talked about last 2 days and what is peace, what are my barriers to peace, and today is the third day to our celebration, our series of inner peace to global peace. So today our focus is to develop the self-awareness. How could we develop self-awareness? First of all, what is self-awareness? We all think that we are living in awareness because when we get up in the morning, we are awake, right? We are not sleeping anymore. But are we truly awake? Are we truly aware, living in awareness? Because if we are not living in awareness, so the self-awareness is the path to eternal happiness, peace, Anandam. And lack of self-awareness is the cause of all the miseries, all the sadness, all the problems in our life. As beautiful quote here, it says, it is by Lao Tzu, a Chinese philosopher. And he says, if you want to awaken all the humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, then eliminate all that is dark and negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. So these 21 days of our self-transformation are the key. And as I mentioned that we have this book, write down all of your questions. And today, what is self-awareness? And how can we develop more self-awareness? And how can we use the self-awareness to enhance the quality of our life? There is another beautiful quote which is from HazratInayat Khan. HazratInayat Khan says, the solution to the problem of the day is the awakening of the consciousness of humanity to the divinity within. We all have that consciousness. We all have that divinity within ourselves. We all have that supreme power, supreme peace within ourselves. That's who we are. We are truly a love, peace, anandam, which in Vedic Shastra says we are Sat Chit Ananda. So we have the consciousness of peace, happiness, and love. So yesterday we spoke about the elements what prevent us to experience our true being, our true happiness, anandam, our peace, our love, our happiness. And one of the element which came to me, in fact, it says in Bhagavad Gita, the ignorance is the cause of all the miseries. And we have to uplift ourselves. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, Nistray guno bhav Arjuna. Arjuna, you have to uplift yourself. You have to transform yourself. You have to awaken yourself. So we have to remove the darkness, which is another name for ignorance. So we have to bring that light within ourselves, the true being ourselves. So we have to awaken ourselves. So question is then, how can I awaken myself? There is so much dark. What is darkness? Means when we are upset, we are angry, we cannot think anymore. And we cannot think anymore. And sometimes we say, I don't know what happened to me. How come I couldn't think about it? How come that big cloud came in front of me? That is the darkness. That's what we have to remove. That's what we have to awaken ourselves. So we have to pay attention to ourselves. We have to ask the question to ourselves. Self-inquiry. When we ask the questions, self-inquiry. And self-inquiry is the path. When we are open, when our ego is down, and we can ask for questions and we can do the inquiry about myself. Why this anger? Why this upsetness coming to me? How can I do better than that? All those questions uplift us. Arjuna asked many questions to Lord Krishna. And based on those questions, he was awakened. Lord Krishna helped him, uplifted him. So the lesson for us is that we should not just live in ignorance, in darkness. In other words, if something is bothering us, something is not taking us toward peace, something does not make us happy, we had to look into it. What are those elements? How could we remove those elements? And it says we must ask for questions. Whatever bothers us, we should ask questions. We should inquire. So what are those questions that we should be asking? Self-awakening, self-awareness has many different dimensions. It's not just about myself. We are living in the society. We are living in this universe. We are living in the families. We have physical body. So all those questions need to be asked. Because sometimes the problem could be our health, our relationship, our environment, our financial problems, our regional problems, our religion problems, our spiritual problems, whatever we have to ask the questions that what is making me uneasy? What are the things are not favorable in my life? So we should ask the questions. And the question, please, if you have a pen and paper, please write it down. And if not, you can send it me on comments, or even your questions might be different. So please write it down and also share this information, our link, Facebook, and also the YouTube channels which I mentioned yesterday and I will be mentioning again. It's a Facebook/Satya Kalra and also YouTube Satya Kalra, and Path to Anandam, because I'm a founder of Path to Anandam, and we have been teaching self-development, self-inquiry, self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-analysis, and action for self-correction. These are the basis for our teaching from Path to Anandam. I call it a AAA strategy. So number 1A is awareness. Number 2A is awakening or acceptance or analysis. And number 3 is action for correction. So AAA strategy. And based on that, we go into deeper. We do the self-discovery and self-inquiry and rejuvenate ourselves until we feel the self-confidence, self-reliance. We develop more self-esteem and self-awakening. So we feel happy, peaceful, Anandam. I call it self-salvation, or we call it self-transformation. And through self-transformation, it is the self-realization. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here in this world? These are the bigger questions from the spirituality point of view. But in order to get the answer to those questions, we must ask our daily questions. And those daily questions, I have them here. And basically, the awakening of my physical body. How is my health? Do I have any physical limitations? Do I have any headaches? Do I have any pains in my knees? Do I have any backache? Do I have any heartburns? Do I have any problem with my digestive system, etc.? Pay attention. Paying attention is the key to awakening ourselves. So any time we have any limitations or a stomachache or something, we should not ignore it. Just pay attention that it is a one time, it is a recurring pain. If I have any heartburns, any breathing problems, we should pay attention to it. So I call it physical body health awakening. Then the next question is, how are my emotions? Do I feel sad? How do I feel? Do I feel fearful? Am I worried about certain things? What do I think most of the time? When somebody says something which is not favorable to me or which is not liking to me, how does my body react to it? Do I get tense? Do I develop the anxiety? Do I start criticizing that person, blaming that person? What are those feelings? So we have to pay attention to it, because all these feelings are going to reduce our happiness, peace, Anandam. So we must take care of these things. How am I happy at my job? That will be another question. Ask all the time. Am I happy in my relationships, in my family life? How am I doing with my finances? Do I have a retirement plans? Do I have plans for my children's education? Do I have a plans for my vacation, etc.? All those questions have to be there. And then we will talk about it later. But basically, these are the provoking questions in our life which we have to take care of them in order to have a peaceful life. Somebody asked me, what is the biggest peaceful in my life? And some of them, when I ask people, answer that, and they say, and one person answered that he says, the biggest peace to me is that I am debt free. I don't have any loans. So everybody has a different way to experience peace and happiness, less burden. What kind of company do I have in my life? Are they more motivating me, motivational company? Are they pulling me down? What kind of friends do I mingle with? And also awareness of others. How can I help the community? How can I help my other people, like homeless people, the world, and the people who might need more help or might be in a disadvantaged situation? How can I help them? So we should make that as a part of our life, because that's a part that gives such a good feeling. Do I have any habits? We should always have certain hobbies. We have many habits, but hobbies, we should have at least one hobby which makes us feel happy. I call it I can escape. This is more like a vacation. I can go and sit and celebrate like we are doing it right now, enjoying ourselves with this conversation. Also, awareness of speech. How I speak to others. Sometimes how do I speak to myself? When I do something wrong, which I feel I have done something wrong, do I blame myself? Do I blame others? How do I speak to others? Pleasantly or harshly or condescending? All those questions will answer and make us more aware, remove us our ignorance. Swami Vivekananda always says, I am awake. That's the one mantra he gives. He says, I am awake. In other words, we have to live in awareness. We have to live in awakening. So I can always say, am I awake or not? Ask that question, am I awake or not? So the question for you is also, you might have some additional questions. So you can write down those questions, but those are the questions basically answer most of the things in our life. So then is a simple statements I write for myself to remind myself. When I say I want to develop the self-awareness, then I say awareness of my physical body. Just a small phrase. Then awareness of my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, my behavior, awareness of my action. This is very important. Awareness of my action. Because every action has a cause and effect. Whatever I think, even thinking is an action. So every action we do, it must lead us to bringing more peace and more awareness. Many times we do the things because of our ego, because of we want to gain more name and fame, more publicity, more appreciation from others, and more recognition. And sometimes by doing that, we forget the long-term goal in our life, which is experiencing and feeling more peace within myself, more happiness within myself, the peace and anandam and happiness which is not shaken by small unfavorable things which happen to me in the real world. I want to develop more equanimity, more serenity of my mind, more satisfaction in my life. So I have to choose my actions. So ask the question anytime you do something, how this particular action is going to enhance the quality of my life. Would it bring more peace to my life? Would I be able to sleep calmly? Would I develop more love and compassion in myself? Would it enrich my soul? Would that give me more awakening? And if anything is not, answer to those are unfavorable. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, do not move with those actions. Do not perform those actions. That's how he motivated Arjuna to do his dharma. So anything we do, just a karma action must be done to keeping dharma in mind. So karma to dharma. So action that helps me to cultivate more love and compassion for myself and others, and also is beneficiary for the universe, not just for myself or my family or my country or just for my nation or my community, should be good for the whole universe. In other words, it should not be creating more pollutions and hurting the environment and creating more global warming, etc. So, awareness to my company, awareness to my community, awareness to my nation and world, those are all the elements I have to think about it. And when I ask the questions, I develop more awareness. And once I ask those questions, make a list of things. And just once you make it, half the job is done once you make the list, because now you are aware of it. And then, one step at a time, we try to substitute those idiosyncrasies or those undesirable answers to our life, which are habits or whatever elements we have in our life. We should work on it. And that's what during these 21 days we will be working on it. But I thought today self-awareness is the must, that we should work on it, that what is self-awareness. So if you have any question, and then also, what is self-awareness to you? Write it down. You can actually send it in the comment section. And if you like it, send your hearts. Send more hearts and send more likes. And there is on the left side below, you can see it, hearts and lot of likes, etc. and different faces. So you can go ahead and send that. So, do you have any question right now that what is self-awareness? I hope that answers your question. What is self-awareness? Awakening ourselves, living not in the ignorance anymore. And once you start paying attention to these questions, study shows, and it's my own experience, that the answer to those questions will start coming from within you, because now you have the peace within you. And when you have a peace within you, means there is no stress, means there is no blockage. Your cortisol is replaced with the healing elements, more endorphins. So not that many toxins, but toxins are dissolved with the endorphins. So your system is more pure. Your thoughts are more pure. Your mind is more pure. Your heart is more pure. And then the information from the top and also within start awakening. I call that these 21 days not just the inner peace to global peace, but 21 days to awakening the Guru within myself, getting the answer to my questions within myself. So that's what the self-awakening is. Developing my more inner institutions. And more in the inner intuitions is the voice of God. So once we start awaken ourselves, we are more connected to supreme power, that supreme energy. So I would like to have now 5 to 10 minutes meditation. So let's all sit straight and close your eyes very gently, as long as you are not driving and not operating any machinery. So sit down very quietly, very comfortably. Close your eyes very gently and take a deep breath all the way down to the stomach. Inhale, hold it, exhale, inhale, hold it, exhale, inhale, hold it, exhale, and now breathe normally. And with every breath, smile. Inhale, smile. Exhale, smile. Smile, smile. Smile, smile. And continue to breathe normally. And now, with every breath, say relax. You can say it quietly or you can say it loudly. Relax. 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 And now, pay attention to the place you are sitting on. Pay attention and feel how your hips are touching the area you are sitting on. How are your knees feeling? How are your legs feeling? check your back and see if your back is aligned all the way to your neck and head. It must be straight. Feel your shoulders. Is there any stress? Do you feel any heaviness in your shoulders? Just relax your shoulders. Check your face area. Is there any stress around your face, in jaws, your head area? Just relax and let all the worries, all the fears of the day go down. Let that go. Don't hold on to it. Let all the worries go down. Release all the fears. Feel if you are feeling any sensation in any part of the body. Are you hearing any sounds? Do you see any light in front of you? Could be any color. Just repeat with me. I am awake. I am aware. I am aware of my physical health. I am aware of my feelings. I am aware of my thoughts. I am aware of my speech. I am aware of my company. I am aware of my relationship. I am aware of my surroundings. I am aware of my finances. I am aware of my sounds around me. I could hear some sounds around me. This is a good test for us, that some sound is coming. Can we hear it? I am aware of myself. I know I am love. I am peace. I am Ananda. I am aware of myself. I love myself. I like myself. Just be aware. And mantra for today is, I am awake. I am awake. I am awake. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, peace, peace. Peace for my body, peace for my mind, and peace for the universe. Now rub your hands and massage your head. Just put it on your head and just gently put it on your face and around your body, because your hands have the power, that positive energy which is going to heal you and also send to the universe through your heart. As the study shows, that the positive energy of one person cultivating this love, peace, anandam, awakening energy within ourselves will awaken almost 1 million people in the universe. So one person's awakening could make a difference in many people's life. So we are not just awakening ourselves. We are helping to awaken the universe, other people in the universe. So this is the awakening for us, for all of our surroundings, our family members, our community. The whole universe gets awakened and experience that the peace. So then we don't have to look for or do anything to create the peace in the universe. Because if everybody has a peace within ourselves, then there is no need for the global peace, because everybody is in peace. Who is going to fight? Who is going to have a war? Everybody is filled with love and compassion. Don't we want to have all that kind of world? That's my dream. One day I want to see that whole universe is filled with love, peace and ananda. So pray to Almighty that please give the awaken the whole universe, not just with 1 million people or with one person. Even with one person's power, the whole universe awakens up. So send our awakening power, our love and compassion to your universe. So the tip for that today is, just remind yourself that I'm a beautiful, awakened person. As I said, the mantra for today is, I am awake. I am awake. I am awake. And the tip for today is pay attention. Anything you do, even when you are eating, just eat slowly, put it in your mouth. This is also called mindfulness. And these 21 days, we are living in the mindfulness of peace. Awakening the peace does not mean that just we wake up. It's living every moment in the peace. In other words, living in the mindfulness of peace. So, whatever you do, even you are drinking even when you are drinking a glass of water, think about it. How peaceful it is. Even this water is giving me such a peace to my system, my body. It's quenching my thirst. Every cell of my body is becoming peaceful. So live in the awareness, in the mindfulness of peace. That is the mantra. So thank you very much for joining us, and please share this information with your friends, forward it to your loved ones, and share it on the Facebook page to your friends. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Satya Kalra at YouTube, and also on Facebook. And we also have a website, www.ptaus.org. So you can register there, subscribe to our information, and you will be able to receive our newsletters, also our new videos, etc. And also, as I mentioned before, I have 15 best-selling books. They are all listed on Amazon, so you are welcome to go and look at them. And I also do a one-to-one coaching as well. So if you have any questions, you can send me the emails to info@ptaus.org or satya@ptaus.org. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And also we will be giving the program tomorrow, Inner Peace to Global Peace, at same time at 5 o'clock California time, Pacific time. I know some of them, I got some of the questions, and they say, on the East Coast, it is a little bit late. From India, people say 5 o'clock, it's at 5:30 in the morning, we can't attend it. So I might change the time after 1 week, but we don't know right now. If you have any recommendation or if you have any suggestion, I am open for it. But thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow at same time, and we will be taking the 1 point tomorrow. One action, as I said, today was self-awareness and self-analysis, which we have the questions. And then tomorrow, based on those questions, we will have one element, one point, we will take it out and we will speak about it. And that will be forgiveness, love and forgiveness. So we'll see you tomorrow at same time at 5 o'clock. Thank you very much for joining me and having a part of this wonderful celebration. And thank you very much from behalf of Path to Anandam team. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you and have a very wonderful evening at night.